Good day and welcome to eri-tv News. I am Victoria broadcasting from Canada and these are the headlines for today's stories. Ethiopian from Tigray protects outside U.S. Embassy in Pretoria. Calls grew for release of emergency law prisoners in Ethiopia. Centuries-old manuscripts and scrolls are being offered on website. Bringing you these and more in detail after the short break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back from that short break. Now news in detail. Ethiopians from Tigray protects outside U.S. Embassy. Ethiopians from the Tigray region living in South Africa demanded the withdrawal of the Ethiopian forces from Tigray and an independent international investigation into the allegation of war crimes being committed in the restive region. The protesters gathered around the U.S. Embassy and European Union building in Pretoria on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Ethiopia Council of Ministers has proposed ending the country's 6-month state of emergency now, citing recent development in the war that has raged in the Tigray and neighboring regions for over a year. Wednesday's proposal to the end of the state of emergency that was declared in early November must be approved by lawmakers. The proposal was announced by the government on social media. The state of emergency was imposed as Tigray forces fighting Ethiopian and allied forces moved closer to the capital, Addis Ababa. They withdrew back into the northern Tigray region last month under pressure from a drone-supported military offensive. Witnesses, lawyers, and human rights groups have said that thousands of ethnic Tigrayans were held under the state of emergency, sweeping powers of detention. An unknown number have been released after the shift in the war last month. Ethiopian government has sought to restrict reporting on the conflict and detain some journalists, including a video freelancer accredited to the AP, Aman Kiaro. Moving on to the other story, calls grow for release of emergency law prisoners in Ethiopia. The United States and Ethiopia Human Rights Commission have called for the release of all prisoners held under the state of emergency law lifted on Tuesday. Washington said ending the measures imposed by the government last year was an important step to pave the way for a peaceful resolution of the bloody Tigray war. The U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said that the next step should be the release of all detainees to facilitate an exclusive and productive national dialogue to end the 15-month-long ongoing conflict. The U.S. federal reaffirmed it would continue to engage with all parties in bid to advance an immediate cessation of hostilities, unhindered humanitarian access, transparent investigation into all human rights abuses and violations. Moving on to the last story, an ancient Ethiopian release for sale. Centuries-old manuscripts and scrolls are being offered on website for a few $100s, raising suspicions in the condition of the acquisition. The trafficking of Ethiopian cultural goods existed, but since the war between the TPLF and federal authorities started, a surge in Asian artifact for sale was observed. A negotiable on ceasefire between Ethiopian government and Tigray forces have yet to take place. This is where I end the editorial on Alena Media TV. I am Victoria and thanks for watching.